Hi, welcome to this simple yet interesting chain rule problem that involves a function of function. Here we are told to find the derivative of x squared sine 3x minus 5. So first thing we have to say that y is equals to x squared multiplied by sine 3x minus 5. Okay? So if you look at this, the first thing we understand is that this is a product rule form of differentiation. And the product rule is very simple because differentiating y with respect to x is equal to u dv over dx plus v du over what? Dx. Simply means I'll multiply u by when you differentiate v and multiply v when you differentiate u. Okay? So where do we get our u? So we can say let the first term, which is the x squared, be our u, and let sine 3x minus 5 be our what? V. So note this, it's very important to know this. So first thing we have to do is simply differentiate u with respect to x and differentiate v with respect to what? X. So the function will now be written as that y is equals to u what? Y is equals to u v. Okay? Because since we've given these terms to this. So let's differentiate the function. So first thing, let's differentiate u with respect to x. If you differentiate u with respect to x, it's simple. We are trying to differentiate x squared. So we'll multiply the 2 to the constant. So we'll have it as 2x. We do 2 minus 1. And 2 minus 1 is basically what? 1. So the differentiating u with respect to x is basically 2x. Then the next thing we have to look at is simple, to differentiate v with respect to x. Remember, our v is given to be sine 3x minus 5. So if you look at this, we can't differentiate easily. Rather, we make use of the function of the function, where we'll redefine the function. That is, differentiating v with respect to x is equal to where we define the term. So we can say let z be equal to 3x minus 5. So that v will be equal to sine z. Okay? So that whenever we are differentiating this function, it will be easy. We have to differentiating v with respect to x is equal to differentiating v with respect to z times differentiating z with respect to x. Okay? So what do we have to do? To differentiate v with respect to x, it is easy. To respect to z, it is easy. Because differentiating v with respect to z, it is very easy. We are differentiating sine x. And if you differentiate sine x, it's going to give you cos. Differentiating cos z. If you differentiate cos z, it's going to give you sine z. It's going to give you cos z. Then the next one is to differentiate z with respect to x. Okay? So if you differentiate z with respect to x, it is very, very what? Simple. What is differentiating 3x is basically 3. And differentiating a constant minus 5 is basically what? 0. So what do we have? That whenever we are differentiating v with respect to x, that our answer is simple. The product of the v, z. Differentiating v with respect to z is cos x. So we have it as cos z times 3, which is the other one. And this will be further be seen as 3 cos what? 3 cos. We plug back the value of our z. Our z is 3x minus 5. We have it as what? 3x minus 5. Okay? So this is basically what? 3x cos 3x, 3 cos x into 3x minus 5. So remember, we are trying to differentiate the whole function, not just sine z. So what do? We bring it back. Since we've gotten our dv dx, this is our dv dx. Our dv dx is basically what? 3 cos 3x minus 5. And our du dx is basically what? 2x. So for us to differentiate the whole function, which is dy dx, differentiating y with respect to x will now be equal to, what are we getting? What is our u? Our u, we defined it to be what? X squared. So our u is x squared. Then what is our dv? Our dv is this one. So we have it as what? Times 3 cos 3x minus 5. Okay. Then the next one is, what is our v? Our v is basically sine 3x. So we have it as what? We have a plus sine 3x minus 5. Okay, what is our du? Our du is 2x. So you multiply by what? 2x. Okay, so rearranging this, we are having it to be 3 times x squared will give you 3x squared. Then cos, we have it as cos into 3x minus 5. Okay, then the next one is plus 2x plus 2x sine 3x minus 5. Okay, so this is how to differentiate this function with respect to what? X. It seems easy, right? Like, share, and subscribe so that you get notified anytime I make a new video.